A red student for W1 really is not considering those three parts to the skill. They're probably not finding the keywords within the task itself. They're probably not correctly labeling PALF. And within the scribble and sequence plan, they're certainly not producing a map that would help them to then go on a written journey. So you would be able to look at the map that they've created. Maybe it's not sequenced. Maybe the paragraph idea is just a word and you think, well, how are you going to turn that word into a paragraph? Maybe the red student hasn't thought about what to take with them. So if they're meant to take with them some language methods, some impressive vocabulary, maybe they're not even thinking about that. The red student in W1 is then probably going to struggle across W2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, because it's all about content and organisation. And the red student is one that really needs to prioritise W1 if they want to have an impact across all those other skills. A yellow student for W1 is a student who is really developing in that skill. So maybe they've identified the keywords, maybe correctly identified PALF, but the scribble and sequence plan is likely to still need development. The plan itself is probably still not adequate to take them on that written journey. So a student that is yellow and developing for W1 is probably still thinking whilst they're writing, and that's what we want to get away from. So maybe their paragraphs are still not in appropriate detail, and any of the things that they said that they would take with them, maybe there's still other things that they could have considered. It's developing. There are some signs in there that are really positive, but if that student wants a truly calm and enjoyable written journey, then that plan still needs significant development. A green student for W1 has identified the keywords, has identified the PALF within the task, and has produced a secure plan. So they've scribbled down their ideas, they've sequenced them into order, but there's still some room for improvement. Maybe some of the paragraphs could have a little bit more detail so that they really are not having to stop and think at all during the written journey. Maybe there's one or two things they've forgotten to take with them. So in that conversation with the green student, you'd look at the plan, say, this is really good, but do you not think you should take some statistics with you on this journey, or some rhetorical questions if it's like a paper 2 section B? If it was more of a paper 1 section B style, it might be, do you not think you should take some pathetic fallacy or some metaphor or simile? And they'd say, oh yeah. So it's tweaks. When a student is green for W1, you're talking about the little tweaks that are easy to make. That's what makes them green. It's really good, but there's still a few things that could be done to make that a great plan and then a great journey. A blue student for W1, find the keywords really quickly, identify the PALF really quickly, because remember, this is something that you're going to have to do in the exam hall. And they can produce a scribble and sequence plan in full detail that will then take them on a really calm, enjoyable written journey. Each paragraph, remember, still scribbled, so no full sentences, capitals, spelling, etc. None of that matters. But each paragraph has just got enough words and phrases, or symbols, emojis, it doesn't matter. Each paragraph box has got enough content in for them to glance at, and it inspires the paragraph that they're writing. So you can look at box 1 and it's paragraph 1, and then look at box 2 and it's paragraph 2. They at no point have to stop and kind of look around the exam hall and think, I'm not really sure what to write here. When they've considered what to take with them in terms of language methods, maybe box 1 has even got the metaphor in they're going to use. Box 2 has got the simile in that they're going to use. Box 3 has got the statistic in that they're going to use. So they really are not having to think at any point. That map is so efficient to inspire that written journey that it could almost be that somebody else could look at it and say, well, I could write that up. I could turn that into 5 or 6 paragraphs because of the way that you've put it together. And that's the blue student. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect, because that's not what blue means. But you're looking at it and thinking, that's a great map. You've packed everything you need. and you've produced a great map for you to have a really efficient writing journey.